Hip hop and wrestling.
Brace yourself for the main event.
HipHopandWrestling.com.
All right. HipHopandWrestling.com. VSOP, how you doing?
Stephen Gold, man. How are y'all?
We are doing amazing. We being me and the dog. And I hope that you're doing good as well, and everyone listening. It's HipHopandWrestling.com podcast. It's really not a podcast. I wouldn't, not yet at least. Yeah, just some YouTube shit until we figure the whole thing out. But we're building the airplane while we fly it. Thank you for joining. We are going to talk about, do a quick recap. Well, maybe not so quick. You know how we do. We're going to talk about Monday Night Raw, the second episode on Netflix. And then we'll get into SmackDown as we lead into Saturday night.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. What you gonna do?
I'm messing up already, bro. Sorry about that. Saturday night's main event next weekend. And a lot of stuff is going down. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about leading up to it. So without any further ado, God damn it, I did it again.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. What you gonna do?
All right. So what did you think about this week in WWE altogether?
Man, I thought it's been a great week, man. Great week. Excited about seeing your boy live, Penta. Great match, man. Great match. That was really dope that his family was in the front row, like watching him. Really like the build up with Cody and Owen, man. Like it's getting real, man.
It's on site.
Yeah.
On site.
On site. Yeah. They're just doing a really good job, man. Like I'm excited. I feel like I'm 14 again, man. Like watching it, like ready for Monday Night Raw to come on, bro. Like it's super super cool, man. Paul Triple H, whatever y'all know him as, man. He's doing a really good job, man.
Yeah, they're definitely making it seem like it's must-see television. Typically, or at least in 2019, 2020, I could skip all the TV episodes, just go straight to the pay-per-view and go from there. And it wasn't hard to keep up with the storylines back then because they weren't much of anything. But now, it seems as if they got a lot of things on the line, a lot of reasons for people to get into combat and whatnot. So, and they're making things build up slowly and progressively to where you want to get to that peak where it's time to settle this. And we're going to talk about that a little bit in terms of things that need to be settled or possibly things that need to move on to something different. But let's go ahead and kick it off with Raw, live from San Jose. And we started it off with CM Punk coming to the ring. You know, he's happy to be done with Drew. He's happy to be done with Seth, or at least he thinks he's done with Seth. And then he declared himself for the Royal Rumble, which he'll be in there along with, at the time, John Cena, Roman Reigns, LA Knight. And now we find out Seth Rollins is going to join because he's going to kill CM Punk's WrestleMania dream. That's his mission. That's his vendetta. And I like the way that he came out like, you know what? I lost, but I'm going to make sure that you lose more. And then here comes Drew saying, yo, y'all's tripping. We need to work together because we still got a big problem in the name of Roman Reigns. But since you guys want to sit here and bigger like two little sissies, like two little bitches.
Look. Then Drew came out like on some old remember Raven? What about me? What about Raven? He came out like that.
Right. Yeah, Drew's doing great in his character. He's like, screw it, I'll fight you both. I've beaten you both. And I'm going to throw both of you over the top rope at the Royal Rumble. So now it's even more stacked now that we got Seth, CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre in the Rumble, along with John Cena, along with Roman Reigns, along with LA Knight, along with Rey Mysterio. What other big names have put their name in the hat in the men's Royal Rumble?
I think that's it, man. Like as far as like big names, I don't think nobody else really said anything about it. I'm waiting for Finn to say something. And Damian Priest, they ain't said nothing yet.
I would think, well, they were busy Monday night, and we'll talk about that. But now that you mentioned that, that would be the natural progression for those two as well.
Mm-hmm.
Give me one moment. All right. So, yeah, Drew came out, said he's going to enter the Rumble. So now it's stacked. And I'm thinking that these three, that being Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre, they're probably going to have some type of triple threat at some point. What do you think? Like, I don't think it's over for any of them.
I said it. Remember, I think it might be a triple threat at WrestleMania because you said that I didn't remember that they did it before, and you called out a couple of times where they did a triple threat match, and I was like, shit, it's time for it to circle back around.
Right. But see, that involved a title. Neither one of these three have a title yet. So we still have, a good amount of time before WrestleMania. So the title switch could happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Not with these three men, but if they're going for it, who's to say that it won't be a four-way? I guess what I want to know is that CM Punk always wanted a WrestleMania main event, but he never really said under what circumstance he wanted to have it, whether it was him being the champ defending or him being the contender trying to get the title, whether he wants to be the bad guy going in or being the good guy going in. I don't really think it matters to him because he's about whatever makes sense for business. But right now he's so hot, fans want to cheer him. I don't think it's in his best interest to turn heel at this time, although I'm sure he's fully capable of doing it if he wants to because he's good at it. He's proven that before. However, I don't want Seth Rollins to turn heel in the process.
I was going to say, if I had to guess, I think Seth, that might be the... If they were to wow us, because they always try to wow us with a writing, I think that's going to be the way that it probably happens. If I had to guess, if I was a betting man, I think Seth going to turn heel just because consecutively, Seth has done so much for the business, bro. He held that title down. He tried to give that title rank, when it was brand new and fighting every Monday night, putting the title on the line. And Punk coming back and just breezing right in back into the main event status. So I think that shit gonna piss him off, man. Because the fans love Punk regardless, man. They love Punk. They loyal to him. And Seth has been there, and Seth just does not fuck with Punk at all. And I think that's gonna turn him heel.
I think that's another reason why they're keeping Drew in the mix, because Drew is straight up heel, not in the middle at this point, right? And maybe that's a way.
Keeping him in the gray area, kind of?
Right. Well, just to have the fans putting their energy towards wanting to see Drew get beat up versus Seth's. I don't find Seth Rollins entertaining as a heel. If anything, I find him quite obnoxious as a heel. But he's more than capable of doing it. I didn't want Kevin Owens to turn heel again, but he's doing a great job of it, and his reasons are justified. It's working, right?
Put some respect on Kevin Owens. That's the champ. That's the champ, my friend. That's the champ. Put some respect on the thing. The champ.
But who's not the champ is these three men right here, Drew, Seth, and Punk. So we'll see. Do you think either one of those three will win the Royal Rumble?
Damn, that's hard to call. If I had to pick, it's gonna be between Cena and Punk, bro. That's my guess. It's between those two. Reason I say that is because Punk already missed, last year's WrestleMania because he was injured. So somehow they're gonna tie him in to going to WrestleMania, man. He's not gonna miss the 2 WrestleManias in a row, this, unless just something fucking crazy happens, which I pray it don't. I want to see Punk at Mania. I want to see him live out that dream, man. But if I had to guess, I think it's gonna be between Cena and Punk, or maybe they eliminate each other at the same time, and maybe that causes a triple threat match. You know what I'm saying? Something weird.
It's a slippery slope when you try to do that. Both men fall over the top rope, whose feet touched first type thing. They've done it, but not without controversy, right? You mentioned CM Punk getting hurt last Rumble, which was at the hands of Drew McIntyre, so it's full circle. I think for somehow, some way, those three men, Drew, Seth, and Punk, will be responsible for at least two of them getting eliminated from the Royal Rumble. It's not going to be anyone random, I think, unless Roman's the one that eliminates one of those three. I would assume that when you put the factor that Roman's going to be in the Rumble, Drew still gunning for him, maybe Drew's attention will go there. But if he has an opportunity to throw out either Seth or Punk, he's going to do it, and vice versa. I think the feeling is mutual amongst all three superstars. So such an interesting dynamic. I love the fact that I don't know who's going to win. We can guess all day.
Yeah.
But they normally don't stack it like this. Or maybe they have been stacking it like this. It just so happens that these particular stars have been treated and presented to us the right way to where now we do feel it stacked. I'm pretty sure all these guys at some point have all been, well, maybe not. Actually, yeah, they've all been in the Rumble together somehow, some way. I mean, even when Punk was there in 2014, I think the Shield was in the Royal Rumble, at least in that year or the year before. So go figure. It doesn't matter. I'm excited for it. You're excited for it. Drew's doing a great job. Everybody's doing a great job. And I think this feud is going all the way until WrestleMania, unless CM Punk decides he wants to get his hands on Gunther. I think you predicted that, didn't you? If I recall. All right. So we'll see if that happens, but it was a great way to start Raw. And next week, they're going to have Seth versus Drew for a WrestleMania rematch, which, that's also dope. The last time they fought was 9 months ago. Unheard of in the old Vince era. They would have people wrestle on TV 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row and still want you to watch them again on pay-per-view. I hated that. Now, in this particular era, I said God damn it.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. What you gonna do?
In this particular era, the Paul Levesque era, they build to the pay-per-views properly.
They do.
These matches seem like money matches. And even if it's a rematch, it makes sense, like the trilogy of Drew and CM Punk. But I digress. Royal Rumble is still, 2-3 weeks away? A lot can happen between now and then.
The Saturday night main event next Saturday, then Royal Rumble the week after that, right?
Yeah. And then at that point, once the Rumble's over, it's Mania season officially. Now we got to start seeing what's going down leading up to Elimination Chamber. Yo, what's going on today, bro?
Well, let me tell you something, brother. What you gonna do?
Maybe I shouldn't be drinking coffee at 7 p.m. Maybe that's it. All right. So let's continue. All right. So last week we talked about Penta. You were like, who's this guy with the painted face that's coming? So we looked at some clips of him in Lucha Underground, and you was like, all right, this guy looks pretty solid. And I asked, is he going to do his arm breaking thing here in WWE? And he did. Not only did he do the arm breaker, he also did a Canadian Destroyer, which they never do on Raw. And then he did his Penta driver, which is also known as the Made in Japan. So he got to show off. He wrestled a WWE style match, though. It wasn't the fast pace he normally does, but if you notice, WWE has a specific style on how they lay out their matches. So that's exactly what they did, but it worked because he was in the ring with Chad Gable, who was a vet. You know what I mean? And it was a competitive showing. They weren't going to have Chad Gable come in here and just get squashed. Oh no. He worked that leg, took Penta to the limit. Penta got the win. His family was there to see it. The fans were very receptive to him. And I'll tell you this, after 5 years of watching him in AEW, I've never seen this guy talk.
Really?
He's never talked that long. I've seen him talk in Spanish.
Yeah.
He might say a sentence.
Yeah.
Cierro mero, I hear that, but for him to talk as much as he did and still get all that good energy, that good vibes, you could tell he was excited to be there. You could see it on his face.
He was. It
was really dope. So, having said that, now that you saw a full match of Penta, what did you think of him? Were you impressed?
Bro, he's fucking fire. Yeah, I enjoyed it, man. Like I was excited. I was really excited. I was excited because you already like put me on game about him, and then I was even more excited because he did the move. Like I was oh shit, let me text VS. I was like, oh shit, yo, he did the move. I didn't want to tell you until you watched it or whatever. And then when you told me you watched, I was like, yo, he did the move, and I was excited about it, man. And you, like you said, I'm with you too. You could tell he's really excited to be there, man. From the entrance to the crowd, like they went crazy, bro. Like when he the lights came on, he came out, and he stayed there. He stood there for a second. He looked around. He took the jacket off and threw it on the ground. Like he was ready to go, bro. Like I felt his fucking energy, man. It was really an exciting match.
So what did you think about his overall charisma? He got it, right?
Great. Yeah, he does. He does. I could tell that he's still trying to like get used to WWE style. Mm-hmm. He was kind of like a little slow, like feeling his way in the ring. Mm-hmm. Like you can just tell, man. But he did a fucking amazing job, and I'm glad that they partnered him with Chad Gable too. Like, because Chad Gable's a great wrestler too, man. Like, love him or hate him, but like when it comes down to it, Chad Gable's solid, bro.
Oh, Chad Gable is elite.
Yeah,
he's more than solid. So, having said that, he had his match with Chad Gable. I don't know if Chad Gable's going to want a rematch or if he's going to maybe send the rest of American Made after Penta to have a little feud, to build Penta up before his next opponent. But let's say that his next opponent had nothing to do with Gable and his squad. Who do you see Penta feuding with next?
Dominic.
Dirty Dom?
Mm-hmm.
Dominic Mysterio.
Dirty Dom, bro.
All right. So Penta's going to go to Dirty Dom, which means that in that case he has to deal with the Judgment Day. So maybe not. I see a split coming soon.
Me too.
I see a split coming. I was talking to Nick about Penta because I was like, oh shit, we get to see Penta versus Rey Mysterio. Turns out they've already had that match before, but we haven't. Yeah,
I saw it. It popped up on my feed. I didn't mean to cut you off, sorry, but I need to watch it though. I'm sure it was a fire match. He was dark Penta, right?
Yeah.
At that time.
And that's what Nick said. It just popped up on his feed. And I was like, okay, I got to look for this and watch it myself. Mm-hmm. But like, there's endless matchups right now. Anytime they introduce a new, fresh talent, that means there's new, fresh matches to have. So, Rey Mysterio, of course, Dirty Dom, Finn Balor. It depends on how far they want to take him and what type of mix do they want to get him in. I assume he's going to be in the Royal Rumble, maybe have a good showing there as well, but ultimately get eliminated by whoever he's going to feud with first. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, shout out to Penta. He did great. I can't wait for his brother to get his contract things worked out, and then they can jump in that tag team division, and it's going to be even more stacked because Rey Fenix is amazing. So stay tuned for that. He's amazing.
Yeah, those clips you showed me, man, like he's a fucking problem too.
Yeah, those brothers are something else, man. Mm-hmm. All right, so we had another match with Sheamus and Ludwig, your guy, with Sheamus getting the victory, earning himself a Intercontinental title shot, again, with Braun Breaker. Now, this clearly is the belt that Sheamus has been trying to get for a minute. It's the one belt he has not had yet. Surprisingly, he has not had the Intercontinental Championship. But do you think this is going to be the time he gets it? I can't talk today, man. Goddamn.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. What you gonna do?
I ain't even lit up nothing yet. What's going on? But do you think that Sheamus is going to finally take this title off of Braun, or do you think Braun's going to retain?
I think Braun is going to retain.
Yeah, me too.
I would love to see Sheamus get it again, man, but it's just, I don't know. You just got to make it make sense. And it don't make sense him, getting that title. I mean, I'm a fan of Sheamus. I love Sheamus.
Yeah. Sheamus is the man.
Yeah, but I just don't see him getting that title from Braun. Braun is just, he's up right now. And I don't think they're going to take that belt off of him.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how long they want to keep him in that mix, the IC mix. Talking about Braun specifically. I assume once he does not have that title anymore, he's going to have his sights set on something bigger and greater. And ultimately, he will be a world title contender. I don't know if it's going to be in 2025 or maybe it will. What do you think? Braun Breaker specifically, in terms of title, world title aspirations?
Maybe next year. I don't see it
2026?
like that. Yeah. I think this year is his year of they want to see what he can do. They want to see how the crowd reacts to him. They're gonna keep doing these matches with him and vets, like Sheamus, and then they're gonna review at the end of the year, man, and set up a story for him to go for it next year. It just got to make sense, I think him and Gunther would be a great match, though.
Yeah. Braun Breaker and Gunther, I would like that.
Yeah.
It'd be very, very physical, very stiff. I mean, listen, man. Whenever Jacob Fatu decides to go on his singles tour, you already saw that square they had that didn't happen, weeks ago.
Yes,
Just a tease of those two maniacs going at
and
it.
that's something we agreed on already. We said, "Yo, Jacob's be a bigger star, man. He just fucking got it." And his promo he cut.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that. We're gonna talk.
Sorry,
about
don't want to
that.
get too ahead. Yeah. Let's slow it down. Yeah.
Let's stick to Raw. All right. So ultimately, we know where this feud is leading to a match. Who's going to win? We'll find out. But we're both leaning towards Braun holding on to his championship for a little bit longer. I'm not sure who the proper contender is going to be for him to take it off him, but hey, it's a nice problem to have right now, to have a dominant IC champ. Because, Gunther held that thing for 2 years, and he was killing it. He definitely brought prestige to it. So, Braun Breaker is what, a 2-time champ already? Let's see what he does. All right, so let's talk about the two former Intercontinental champions. We got Gunther and Jey Uso getting ready to face off at Saturday night's main event for the World Championship. Now, I do not think Jey Uso is going to win the title, but boy, would it be dope if he did. But I don't think it's going to happen. What about you?
I don't think so either. I would love to see it too, man. But I think it's going to be a hell of a match, and somebody going to fuck with it. Somebody going to interfere.
Okay, so you're predicting shenanigans.
Yeah.
From the Bloodline?
Yep.
Who else would it be, right?
Yeah. It got to be them. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Ludwig going fuck with the match because he knows better. Gunther like to win his shit on his own. You know what I'm saying? Because he want to show that his dominance. He want to show that he's the best. He's been proving himself. You know what I'm saying? But I think either Jacob or Tamatanga or Tangaloa or Sokoa or something. I don't think Sokoa. I think Sokoa gonna disappear for a little bit. But either Jacob Fatu or Tangaloa are gonna fuck with him, man.
I think Jay's gonna come close with a couple near falls. 1, 2, 0. Hit that splash, hit that spear. Gunther's gonna kick out. I think Gunther's gonna powerbomb him and put him to sleep clean. Powerbomb, sleeper hold, out like a light.
So you think it's gonna be clean?
I think it's going to be clean, no shenanigans. That's my prediction. So you predict shenanigans, Jay loses. Yeah. I predict no shenanigans, Jay loses. All right, so we're going to roll with that. Good exchange, though. Them talking to each other. Like, the crowd is crazy behind Jay, man. Jay's hot right now. But I see what they're trying to do with Jimmy. I'm paying attention now, Gold. I'm paying attention, Gold.
I told you, bro.
I'm paying attention, man.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
All right, so, hey, history was made. History, the first ever women's Intercontinental Championship. The match was great, but although short, it was great. That damn suplex to the outside
was fire.
Made me cringe. I felt it. I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
Listen,
bro, they stepping it up, man. I'm so proud of them, man. Like these athletes are really like pushing themselves to the limit, man. And I was talking to a friend of mine that was just, because people kind of like look down on wrestling. I'm like, look, these people really be putting their bodies on the line and to really entertain. And they're athletic actors. And that's what I said to her. She's like, well, that makes sense. And I'm like, yeah, it is good storytelling. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like a regular movie you watch, like they're good at what they do. So like they're athletes. It's sports.
If you sit and watch it, excuse me. If you bring someone to a live wrestling event, they kind of learn because the vibe is unlike anything else, and you suspend your disbelief to believe that everything happens within this ring, and there's a story that ties to it, and then they tell the story in the match. And it's a simple formula that gets repeated over and over and over again with small adjustments depending on the character and the situation. But you suspend your disbelief, like watching your favorite action movie or going to see Cirque du Soleil and watching all the acrobatics and athletic performances that those people give, watching your favorite stunt movies, stunt coordinators, karate, whatever you're watching. Granted, it's not a real sport, but real injuries happen. Yes. You can't fake gravity. When old girl suplexed Dakota Kai onto the damn mat, your body is not supposed to absorb that type of impact.
No.
You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to wrestle and you said, would I take that bump? I would say,
hell no, motherfucker.
Hell no.
Absolutely not. So shout out to them for putting their bodies through that. The recovery. Granted, some of them are young. They can bounce back, but still, some things you can't bounce back from. You're tearing up your MCL, tearing your ACL, tearing your Achilles. The
breaking your neck like Dan Drozdoff.
Breaking your neck, breaking your leg, orbital bones, broken noses, all types of broken bones, torn pecs, torn biceps, torn triceps. And some of the times it happens on the most, what you would think would be the safest move. Yeah. And muscles get ripped off the bone. So you can't fake gravity. Like, they do their best to protect each other. You know, that's the trust and the bond that they have. Because we're not supposed to be lifting each other up and throwing each other around. But they do it for our entertainment. So even the wrestler who I don't like, when I say I don't like, I mean, I just don't enjoy watching them. I still appreciate what they put their bodies through, especially now that I'm older and I get those phantom pains. I can only imagine what the wrestlers over 40 in WWE are going through right now and what they have to go through just to recover and come back and do that shit again. Keep in mind, they're doing it on TV for us. Then they go on the road to do it for another group of fans that's not on TV. Then they travel all over the world, come back, hopefully get some time with their family, to get back on the road again. And so I'm sure when they report to the arena and they're like, what do I have to do tonight? Oh, you just got a backstage segment. They're like, yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, don't forget about, don't forget sometimes they do like tour-a-days, workout, scenes.
Oh, and they still got a diet. Yeah. They still got to go to the gym. Like, that life is something else, man. And you got to be built for it. So you can tell that they want to do this, especially the women's division. Like, the women's division in WWE is unmatched, my brother. Especially if you watch NXT. You got to watch NXT, bro, to see who's on the
I still got to check out your girls, man. Yeah, I'm going to check them out.
Check out Lash Legend. Yeah, check out Lash Legend. Listen, man. It's really good. You can tell these girls want to be here. They're not just some fitness models pulled off the street. These are like athletes coming through the WWE system who are going through the pain and taking these bumps, taking these high-risk maneuvers like that suplex to the damn mat. That shit was crazy. That was she went splat. And I love Dakota Kai. First of all, let me give my props to Dakota Kai. I was happy to even see her on this stage, in this particular matchup, going for this title, trying to make history herself, or being the one who was chosen to make history.
Because she was great for a while.
Yeah, because Dakota Kai is dope. Lyra's dope as well. Just the whole women's division is dope. So I guess now that Lyra is the first championship, not the first championship, but the first IC champion for women, who do you think will be feuding with her next?
Ooh, Raw. Who's on Raw, man? What's my girl name, man? that was part of the Fusion team. I forgot what was the name of their team? Fusion something.
The Pure Fusion Collective.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
What's the chick name? She kind of got her move is kind of like CM Punk's.
Oh,
like
yeah.
to go to.
Yeah. You're talking about Zoe Starks.
Yes, Zoe Stark. I could not think of her goddamn name, bro. Yeah. So maybe Zoe.
Zoe is dope, and she was.
Yeah.
Like, remember when I said check out the women on NXT? That's when I first saw her. So when she got called up, I was like, yeah, she is an athlete. Can do a springboard drop kick. Like she moves gracefully around the ring. Like Zoe Starks, I could see her getting in this mix, and if they want to push her, put that belt on her. You know what I mean? But I think they're building up Lyra to hold this belt for a little bit until she eventually gets in the world title mix. She was already in the King of the Ring.
Remember, I called it too. I said it was gonna be Lyra, bro.
This year?
Mm-hmm.
You said 2025?
No, I said it was gonna be like Lyra Valkyrie. I said she was gonna be the winner.
Yeah, you did call that. You did call that. I'll give you props for that.
I can see it. She's dope.
Yeah, she got the it factor. She's really dope. But there's still some other talent on NXT that's been there for a while that needs to come up. We saw one of them on SmackDown, that being Roxanne Perez. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, shout out to Lyra Valkyria. Shout out to Lyra Valkyria, the first women's IC champion. So next up, something interesting happened in the back that led to this Sami Zayn versus Miz match. Sami was talking to Seth. Seth was telling Sami, when are you going to start looking out for yourself? Mm-hmm. At that point, Sami Zayn decided to go to Adam Pearce's office to have a little conversation, but he ran into Karrion Kross and The Miz, and they were pretty much talking shit to him about how he's never going to be, a top-tier champion or a world champion. Or at least Miz said that, because he said, hey, I've won it twice, which is 2 more times than you.
More than you have.
Right.
Yeah.
So those were fighting words. So we had a match between Sami Zayn and The Miz. And it was a match. It wasn't bad, nor was it great. It was just a TV match, right? However, what I did notice is what you see on the screen. Finally, Sami Zayn pinned somebody with that damn blue thunder bomb. That is always the 2 count. You know what I mean? He pinned. I can't remember the last time I saw him pin somebody with that. And that's a dope move. It is a dope move. It is. So he set him up with the haluva kick, hit the blue thunder bomb, bam, 1, 2, 3, you're out. I thought that was dope, and I hope he does that more. I'm of the opinion.
That's what I'm about to say. You think that's about to be his go-to now, like the haluva kick followed by the blue power bomb?
I think it should be to where you can't tell which one it's going to be, right? Because he's pinned so many people with the haluva kick, so maybe he can hit that. Someone kicks out at 2, crowd goes crazy. Then he finishes them off with the blue thunder bomb. It really doesn't matter. I'm of the opinion that every superstar should have at least 3 finishers and 1 submission.
I agree.
You can't just have one. But I like the fact that he pulled that out. Pause.
Get your ass out of here, Jack.
Fucking ridiculous.
But I'm glad that he pulled that move out of his arsenal, got the win. So the question is, clearly they fired him up with the fighting words of, not being on the same level as The Miz, who's main evented at WrestleMania. I mean, so has Sami, right? A tag match against the Usos. Yep. But is this an indication that Sami is going to go on a quest for the world championship again? I'm assuming he's going to be in the Rumble. I don't expect him to win.
Maybe the Rumble, but I just don't see him getting a world title. Maybe he'll get a shot. Maybe like on a TV joint, not a PLE. But I don't see him like actually being main eventing at any paid PLEs anytime soon. I love Sami. I think Sami is dope. I just think he's just kind of like one of those vets that's around that kind of like what's that new term we started? Like pullover?
Pullover.
Yeah. He's like a pullover, like to figure out what they're gonna do with the new talent coming in. He's kind of like showing people the ropes, but he's still well respected, like I said, by me and you. But World heavyweight gold. I don't see it happening. If it does, I'd be very fucking surprised.
It'd be nice to see, right?
It would.
Like, had it been the appropriate time to do so, it would have been 2 years ago at Elimination Chamber in Montreal when he took on Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't happen that day. The last year's story leading up to WrestleMania was him trying to find his WrestleMania moment. Although he main evented the year prior, he still wanted to have a WrestleMania moment, and he got his IC win, Intercontinental title win versus Gunther. And that was a big moment. Kissed his wife. Was happy about it, right? Shared and celebrated in Philadelphia and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But the top is the top of the food chain is very. It's a lot of big dogs up there.
It's stacked, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is so stacked.
So I don't know where Sami fits in this particular scenario with the world title. I would still like for him to go after it. And in the event that they want to set him up for what I think is going to happen at WrestleMania, which is him versus Kevin Owens, Kevin Owens could be the person that causes him not to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Because Kevin Owens did shout out Sami Zayn, called him a former friend on SmackDown this week. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
And again, once Kevin is done with Cody, he got to have a conversation with Sami Zayn. We have not seen them together just yet, but it's coming, and I think that is the match for WrestleMania. I'm calling it. I'm still going to call it, and we'll see if I change my opinion after the Rumble. Who's to say that Kevin Owens doesn't beat Cody, and that Sami beats Kevin Owens for the title?
I don't think so. I don't think.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah, Cody bringing his money, man. I was watching this segment. It was Paul Heyman. He was on some show and he was just talking about, this motherfucker is selling everything. I didn't know he was selling those goddamn weight belts he wears to the ring. Did you know that? Those shits sell on WWE.com.
Yeah, they'll sell everything.
Bro, he's that motherfucker right now, bro, and I'm happy for him because he deserves it. Like Cody is that dude right now, bro. He's that dude, bro.
I went on WWEshop.com.
All Cody shit, right? In the front part.
No, when I logged in on Monday, it was a bunch of Penta shit already. I was like, damn, they got the merchandise for Penta already. Now,
That's
granted,
fine.
yes, you see a bunch of Cody shit, and you know who else has a lot of shit on there?
Roman.
Of course, Roman. All right, you know who else has a bunch of shit on there?
Was it Jimmy?
Nigga.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
I was fucking with you. Who was it?
Jey, of course. Jey Uso. Main event Jey Uso got the shit.
Oh shit, yo! Did you notice? He had the fucking because they was in San Diego, right? Mm-hmm. Not San Diego. Where was they at for Raw?
San Jose.
San Jose. Did you see that he had like a Sharks Jey Uso tee? Did you see that? Did you notice that?
I didn't notice it. No.
It's like a hockey tee, but he had their colors in his tee. It was a Jey Uso tee, but it was kind of like a collaboration with the Sharks. I was like, yo, these motherfuckers marketing is crazy.
I didn't even notice that shit. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, bro.
All right. So yeah, Sami Zayn. So you're saying no title for him in 2025?
Hell no, motherfucker.
Even though, like, me and you, we would love to see it.
I would love to see it, but yeah, I think he's going to have his hands full in a lot of violent matches with
Kevin Owens.
He's eating that pile driver, maybe on the apron, maybe through a table, but Sammy's going to get hurt very, very bad. Very bad. I can't wait. He might do it in the goddamn locker room. The attack is coming. I think the attack's going to happen before the confrontation verbally.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't going to have no talk.
Kevin Owens is the bully now, bro.
Yeah, he's back to being the bully. Back to being that bully. All right, so Rhea came out to the ring to celebrate, winning the championship back. She did her normal Rhea promo. Rhea don't say much. She just sounds good, but she basically says the same thing all the time. Which is fine. She does her talking in the ring, but for the most part, I knew she was going to come out and declare it and say, "Hey, I'm your new champion," and blah blah blah. The usual shit they say. Here comes Nia Jax with a lot of huh.
Your boo was wearing that outfit too, son.
Of course, my boo Nia Jax.
She was wearing that outfit, bro. I was like,
fly. Yeah, Nia Jax is beautiful. She came out there with lots of attitude, and I thought that was dope. So she came out to try to pick on Rhea, and then she was talking a little shit to Bayley, who was sitting front row because she's from San Jose. Got a little confrontation. Rhea hit Nia with the headbutt. Fans left happy. Bayley had other plans to get at Tiffany time on SmackDown. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But, a little good feel good segment. Rhea's out there trying to shine. I thought Liv or Raquel was going to come out. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez. But, nah, pleasant surprise with my boo, Nia Jax, coming out there. So, I'm with it. No idea who Rhea's next opponent's going to be, though. I would think that Liv would be a natural, but they've been feuding for so long. Maybe it's time for something new. But I don't necessarily want to see Nia and Rhea again. Yeah,
me neither.
They can do something different. We'll see what happens. I mean, the Rumble's coming, so that's going to say a lot, right? The Women's Rumble, so that might determine a lot. So we'll see. And whoever's going to,
Well, let me tell you something, brother. What you gonna do?
whoever is going to win the women's elimination chamber as well, we have to take that into consideration, right? No, I still don't. I have no idea. I mean, Tiffany already got the belt. I think we talked about Charlotte. But for Rhea's championship, I don't know. But hey, it looks good on her. So
it does.
I'm glad she got it back. We'll see what happens next. And yeah. All right, so then we get to the street fight. Damian Priest beats Finn Balor in a street fight, and it was a fun match.
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor. It was a fun match, and at the end of the day, Damian Priest came out the victor. Here's the question:
Undertaker Jr.
Yeah, should this feud be over?
Yes. I'm over it.
All right, so we're ready for this to end.
Goddamn, yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think Finn should move on to something else. Maybe the eventual, Dominic turn, the Judgment Day split. But Damian Priest got to find something to do in 2025. I don't know. Unfortunately, he's been so busy with Finn, and they've done a good job, promoting that feud. He took a little sidestep to, go at Gunther one more time, but for the most part, he's been, trying to get back at the Judgment Day. I'm hoping that it's over, though. I just don't know who Damian should move on to next, because he's had a taste of the title, and typically you want to stay in the mix when that happens. But I don't think there's any way that he's going to win the Royal Rumble.
Hell no, motherfucker.
So what do you think he's going to do leading up to WrestleMania?
Damn, that's a tough one, man.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I don't think he has a chance of winning the Rumble.
Not this one. Maybe Elimination Chamber, but not the Rumble.
Yeah, not the Rumble. Better chances Elimination Chamber. I agree with you on that. Shit. It's kind of like, who can he feud with, bro? It's not.
I mean, the only two opponents that felt heated was Finn and Gunther.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, man. So I'm very interested to see what the fuck they do with Damian now.
Yeah. I like Damian Priest now.
I do too.
Yeah, he's
Damian's been dope, bro. I like Damian before he was with the goddamn Judgment Day, bro. Like, Damian was always dope to me, man.
No, I didn't like him before he was in the Judgment Day. No, but he was just.
Do you remember that match? Do you remember that? I watched recently because I didn't see it. It was it was for the U.S. title. It was between him, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre.
I don't recall.
That was a good ass match, bro. I think that was kind of like them giving hats off to him, like what Drew did. But it was a good ass fucking match. Yeah, I fuck with Damian Priest, bro.
Yeah, I like them as Punishment Martinez when he was in Japan, but when he came to WWE and they had him doing that stupid ass Archer of Infamy shit, shooting fake ass arrows, that shit was corny as fuck. And then he's stuck in a damn fucking feud with Miz and Johnny Nitro or whatever his name was at the time, fucking with squirt guns, the Drip God or whatever the fuck. That shit was dumb as hell, man. He coming down doing his little stupid ass dance in the ring. I did not fuck with Damian Priest at all.
Look, I like the arrow with the fire, bro. That shit was fire, bro.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry. Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
Fucking ridiculous.
I'm sorry.
Well, I can see why you said that, because you hated the Kane shit too when Kane did like the little thing and they go like this and the fire comes out. You hated that shit too.
That shit's stupid. Well, actually, that was kind of cool. It's cool and it's stupid at the same time. See, I let Kane slide because he has magical powers.
Yeah.
But this fucking magical arrow. I don't want this motherfucker doing these damn stupid ass archer poses. I don't care if he does like archery. This shit looks stupid as hell in the wrestling ring. It's about as stupid as Drew McIntyre coming out with a fucking sword of Grayskull and shit. That shit was stupid.
When he like planted him on the thing and the fire comes out.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit. That shit
looking like Braveheart. Freedom. That's what I was doing. That was Braveheart shit.
And I understand that was a Claymore sword. And this move is called the Claymore, but that shit was stupid. That was a prop that wasn't needed. I was not willing to suspend my disbelief for the sword. Like you walking around catering with the sword. But I did a whole damn rant somewhere on my channel about Damian Priest before in the middle of the summer and that damn archer shit. So let me just shut the fuck up before I piss off some real. Archery is a very difficult and highly skilled sport.
It is. It is.
But ain't nobody getting shot with no damn arrows in wrestling. So hopefully he just continues to kick ass like he's been doing and just going through like a reign of destruction. And
shout out to cool that he does the goddamn flatliner, finish move. Like shout out to Chris Kane, rest in peace. Yeah. And then he also does the goddamn
Razor's Edge.
Yeah. Shout out to Razor Ramon, rest in peace, Scott Hall. Yeah.
So this feud hopefully is over, and hopefully there'll be no bullshit with this character going forward. He had a really good 2024 when you think about it.
He did.
Yes. Let's see what he does in 2025 minus that.
DP.
All right. Let's talk about SmackDown. A good episode, although I cannot wait for them to go back to 2 hours. 3 hours is just too long. Typically, I just wait about an hour and a half before I start watching so I can fast forward through a bunch of the shit. But this particular episode had a bunch of good stuff. They were in San Diego, and that's Rey Mysterio's hometown. He came out just to greet his fans and his family. And here comes Kevin Owens out to the ring. At first, saying, hey, I would love to challenge you, Rey Mysterio, because we haven't done it before. So when you win the Royal Rumble, if you win the Royal Rumble, you should challenge me for the championship.
For my title.
Right. And Rey was like, hold up, bro.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
You are not the champion.
You're not the champion.
Yeah. And Kevin Owens, I think this man's just went sicko mode. He just snapped. He's like, no, I am the champion. Eventually,
don't be fucking respecting me like that, bro.
Yeah, so it leads to a little brouhaha, but ultimately they get set up for a match later in the evening. First time, Rey Mysterio versus Kevin Owens. So, a good way to start the show if you ask me. Mm-hmm. But then we get my boy Jimmy Uso versus Carmelo Hayes. He went through the back saying, look, I'm trying to shine like my brother. Shout out to Jey Uso, but it's my time. I don't know what title he's trying to go for, but Carmelo Hayes was talking that shit to him last week, so they had a match. And I'm a big fan of Carmelo Hayes. What do you think about him? You feeling him?
I like Carmelo Hayes too, yeah.
Yeah, he's talented. He's really good at being just a little arrogant heel.
Yeah.
Full of cockiness and confidence.
Yeah.
So when he turns face, eventually the fans will be rocking with him. But yeah, a good match between him and Jimmy. Unfortunately, no winner because we had shenanigans with the bloodline running in and causing a disqualification, which I expected. I didn't think they were going to have Jimmy beat Carmelo. They're trying to do something with him. But I didn't think they're going to have Carmelo beat Jimmy either because they're trying to do something with him and rehab him and get him on that same level as his brother. If you were to go to WWEshop.com, you would not see a lot of Jimmy Uso merchandise, but I'm hoping that changes over time. He needs to get a more lit theme song. I know that was his dark theme, but he needs to get something a little more hype.
I think it's shit better than Jimmy's. I mean, excuse me. I think it's shit better than Jay's.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
Do 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 do.
Listen,
that shit hard, bro. You can say what you want, bro. That shit hard.
I understand if you want to rap over the beat, but that shit is not going to get the crowd waving their hands in the air.
It's no.
Figure out a dance for no yeet then. But either way, Jimmy got to get up there. So no victory for him. So I don't know if that was good or bad for Jimmy. We'll see what they do next week. And also, I assume he'll be in the Rumble as well. So maybe he'll get a chance to shine there. He's not going to win the damn Royal Rumble, clearly.
Hell no, motherfucker.
But
shout out to his outfit too. He had a dope ass outfit, bro.
yeah, his gear did look good. I thought that was pretty dope. I mean, both of the Usos, they know how to dress very well. So
They do. That shit matters, bro. Like, I forgot what wrestler was talking about that. It was like, well, I really didn't invest into a ring outfit like that. Another good one is Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton outfits be superb too. Her, Bianca Belair, goddamn, LA Knight recently has been like stepping his fucking ring attire up. Seth Rollins, of course, Seth gonna come out. He gonna step correct.
yeah. Well, I
That shit
appreciate.
matters, bro.
I appreciate when wrestlers change their gear up,
Yeah.
every show, every match, whatever. Some don't, but most do now. Back in the day,
They kept the same shit on. Like Psycho Sid, he wore those black drawers, the black knee pads, black boots.
but Psycho said he had the overall look and aesthetic. He just looked like a crazy madman. So those colors kind of made sense. Whereas like smaller wrestlers like Chris Jericho, he wore different tights all the time. Just different things to change it up. But yeah, Jimmy Uso's, his gear was looking good, so I'll rock with it. But yeah, no victory for him. So at that point, Bloodline come in, they disturb the peace, and then Solo comes out after losing the Tribal Combat match. No Ula Fala for him. And he wants to speak, but the fans ain't going to let him. You're getting all that heat. So he decides, you know what? I'm just going to go to the crib. Enough of that. Now here's where things get interesting. Okay, he left. I don't know where they're going with that story. I don't know who he's going to come back to attack. I have an idea, but I don't know where they're going with this. But he's been on. He had a good 2024. I'm sorry. Who did you suggest?
I was just gonna say, but what really caught my attention out of this whole segment?
This guy?
Yes, his face.
Whose face?
Looks so Jacob Fatu. He looked disappointed.
He looked disappointed. He was like, okay,
Like, yo, are you serious? Like, you're our fucking leader and you just bouncing?
I was thinking that he was going to scream out, "Solo, I still love you," or something like that. But instead, no, he just grabbed the mic and showed how, this dude has an incredible energy when he's talking. So he's like, you know what? Shit's just starting. I'm about to tear shit up. And out comes LA Knight to get a little bit of revenge on him. But more importantly, who comes out next to square up with him?
One big son of a bitch.
Big Braun is back. And he's going to be taking on Jacob at Saturday night's main event. Yeah, NC represent. I am looking forward to this match because I like mean guy matches. And I think this one's going to be about as mean as it can get. But I do not expect Braun to win. I expect Jacob to win or shenanigans and there's no contest. What do you predict?
Jacob's gonna win.
Jacob's going to win?
Yeah, Jacob's gonna win, man. Jacob's big and he's fucking quick, and he's gonna outmaneuver him.
Does Jacob get Braun up? Does he get him up and a Samoan drop?
Hell yeah.
So you're saying that, all right, Jacob's going to get him up. So you're calling that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, Jacob's going to get up Braun Strowman. I think it can happen.
Yep.
Either that, or he's going to hit him with the ass buster, or whatever he calls that move.
Yeah.
Did you notice that when Tonga threw your boy into the corner, he was like, more ass. And then Jacob did another a hip attack. They call it a hip attack, right?
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, that shit's. All I know is he goes at 100 miles an hour, and that's one of those moves where I don't even want to know the magic behind it. It looks devastating every time.
It does.
Every time it looks devastating. So that's one of those little secrets of wrestling that I just don't want to know. Don't pull back that curtain. You know what I mean? And technically, I guess
they're doing a reverse Bronco Buster.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, Braun versus Jacob. I think this is a pullover, just for Jacob to get some shine before he goes into the Rumble, which I predict Jacob goes into the Rumble and just fucks up everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who's going to eliminate him, but whoever that is,
Roman
is going to regret it. You think it's going to be Roman? Mm-hmm. Roman is going to eliminate Jacob Fatu. That's actually a good call. I rock with that one. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So we'll see. Because who knows? Solo might come back next week and say, hey, I'm in the Rumble. Or Solo might be taking some time off and saying, hey, I'll be in the Elimination Chamber. He's going to be in something important. I don't think Solo is going to have a long feud with LA Knight. Nothing against LA Knight. I'm just saying I don't see that being long term. I feel like they're just doing something in between. But, we'll see. Hell, technically, LA Knight might just interfere with this particular match on next Saturday. Maybe there'll be some shenanigans on that front. Tama Tonga tries to get involved. LA Knight comes to be the equalizer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And of course, it's some tag match at some point. Or maybe not. Maybe the WWE is not as predictable as I think it is.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, you took that right out of my head. I would think it was going to be some kind of tag match too between Braun Strowman, LA Knight versus goddamn Bloodline.
Yeah. Well, hey, either way, I'm looking forward to it. But
I'm here for it too.
I'm here for it. But yeah, Mean Guy match next Saturday. Can't wait. All right. So we had the Motor City Machine Guns against Los Garza for a #1 contendership opportunity. The Machine Guns got the victory. Now they're going to go against DIY for the titles again. When I think about the tag team division, at least on SmackDown, if I was to name all the teams, it would sound like a lot of teams, but I just feel like it's the same teams fighting each other over and over again. We got the Street Profits, we got Los Garza, we got the Machine Guns, and then we got what is Grayson Waller and Austin Theory's tag team called? A-Town Down Under.
A-Town Under, yeah. A-Town Under.
Yeah.
A-Town Down Under, something like that.
But that's it.
Yeah. And were the Street Profits on this episode of SmackDown?
No.
What's going on with them? They've been kind of MIA.
I don't know. I don't know what's up with the Street Profits right now. But I would like to see them back in the title mix. Ultimately, I would like to see Montez Ford go solo.
Me too. He definitely has the fucking charisma, the athleticism. He has the look. He has the charisma. Yes.
Let this man talk by himself and show what he really got. But, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But the tag team division, again, I named 5 teams, but I think they need more. I wish they only had one set of tag belts, just like they got the women's tag belts. One set of men's tag belts that go between both shows. Now we got 10, 11, 12 teams to rotate through until we find a tag team feud that actually has some heat. Because we haven't had that in a while. Now, granted, there's a built-in story with DIY, being kind of sneaky. They wanted Pretty Deadly to do their dirty work or whatever. By the way, what do you think of Pretty Deadly? I think they're dope, but what do you think about them?
I like them too.
those guys can wrestle. They can really wrestle.
They can.
They haven't been demonstrated the best, or
yes, boy, yes, boy.
Yeah. In terms of, and I think they had like a little pep talk with DIY. So possibly Pretty Deadly might turn the corner at some point, but I do see them as, tag champs at some point.
They are. They will.
They're really good in the ring. Again, it's just the way they're presented to us. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah,
their finisher is fire too. It's called the milk something. Yeah. This shit's fire.
Yeah, I rocks with all of them. The tag team division's dope. It just needs just one set of titles, just one. I understand why they do it, but there can be just one title that just goes between two brands. Actually, I was talking about this the other day. I was like, you know what? They should bring back the European title. I was watching the Sheamus and Ludwig match, and I said, you know what? They should just bring back the European title and have that go in between the shows, or bring back. At once upon a time, I thought it was too many belts, but now it's really not enough belts with the talent roster that they have. So yeah, European title would make sense, but also hardcore. They're never going back to hardcore. So, but if they did, no, you don't think so?
I like the hardcore belt. I love it. But yes, I love the hardcore title. I'm gonna buy that replica when I get a chance. The hardcore title was crazy.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
That title ugly as shit, but I'm with you. I understand.
That shit fire, bro.
It's the broken winged eagle, so I got you. But yeah, the European title, I think that would be dope to bring back. And if they could put real energy behind the cruiserweight title, I would be open to that. But they don't really know how to do cruiserweight or lightweights, because Rey Mysterio himself, he's not going to go for it, and that's who you need to be the champion of it. But Rey Mysterio's like, no, I am a 2-time world champion. I am not going to be put in the lightweight or cruiserweight division. But he would be so important to it blowing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he would. Remember when what was your boy named Neville? He had it for a while.
Yeah,
Neville was dope, bro.
Yeah, he still wrestles. He's in AEW as Pac.
He is?
Yeah, he's been AEW for 5 years, killing it.
That's what's up. I fuck with him, man. His move was it was finished with a red arrow or something like that?
Yeah, broken arrow.
Kind of like a star press. Yeah, broken arrow. Yeah.
Dope. But yeah, so if they were going to bring back titles, European and Cruiserweight, but we'll just see what they do in the future. I mean, they got a lot of belts, but I just think it's not being, in terms of feuds to fight for these belts.
Yeah,
they could do a little bit better. Don't want to see the same motherfuckers wrestling each other all the damn time. You got to figure out some type of system to build contenders, and maybe if you don't want to have one set of tag team belts across 2 shows, then at least have people come from the other show to challenge for the belt. Let me come from Raw. Ain't nothing happening on Raw, so let me go over to SmackDown. And if I win the championship, I'll stay over here, and you can go to Raw. Something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Spruce it up.
Yeah, because I don't know. Honestly, at WrestleMania, do you really think there's going to be a focus on the tag titles at WrestleMania? I assume it's going to be some multi-man scramble. 4 teams against each other or some shit like that, right? The tag team title is just there. They can make it mean something, but right now it's just there.
Yeah. Made the tag titles prestige again, man. Like it just seems like ever since the Usos lost it just not the same no more.
It's not, man. They got to figure out some way to put something behind it. But I mean, they got all the time in the world. Clearly, some belts are always going to be more important than others, but it doesn't mean that you can't make them seem important, right? Especially when you have tag teams who share a name and come out together with the same theme music. You know what I mean? It's not one of those pieced together tag teams like they used to do back in the day, where they'll just give it to any random 2 single stars just for the sake of progressing their own feud internally. You know what I mean?
Like Kane and X-Pac?
Right. Or Kane and Daniel Bryan, or John Cena, whoever he's had the tag team championships with. It was just part of an
Who else was who do you think was the oddest tag team champions, man?
Rock and Mankind, probably.
The Rock and Sock connection.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
Rock and Sock connect.
I will say this though, with Los Garza, I like to see them at least in the finals as the number 1 contenders, because they got the show out. They are really talented. And we don't get to see it that much because of the way they're presented, similar to Pretty Deadly. Another reason why we got to have these teams rotating between shows and getting wins. Show off your moveset, show off your tag team finisher. Take some time to get over with the crowd. And clearly they wouldn't be on the stage if they weren't talented, right? It's just you got 2 3-hour shows. You can figure out something to do to showcase these teams, right? And in between, cut promos, right? Shoot some backstage shit, things of that nature. But all right, still entertaining.
Who's your tag team right now?
You said what?
Who's your favorite tag team right now?
In the WWE?
Yeah.
Let me think about this for 1 second.
It's tough, right?
I mean, I'm Street Profits all day.
Me too, man. I love Street Profits too, man. I think it's a damn shame that they're not even in the fucking tag team title scenario. It's crazy.
Hopefully they will be. Maybe they'll win it at Mania or something. I don't know. Let's see what they have planned. Who's to say that Montez Ford won't have a great showing in the Rumble? For some reason, I'm predicting that this Rumble is going to be like ridiculously
game changer.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
That's what I think the Rumble's going to be this year. I'm super hyped for it. I ain't been hyped for a Rumble in a minute, so they're doing everything right. All right, so then we had B-Fab versus Piper Niven. So it seems as if they're shifting the focus of Chelsea Green and Michin to getting B-Fab involved. And I assume that at some time, the inevitable tag match is going to happen with Michin, B-Fab against Piper, Niven, and Chelsea. So something, some pullover feuds for the U.S. title until they figure out what to do next. But I'm going to be quite honest. I'm not a big fan of B-Fab in the ring. I think she has amazing charisma and I mean, charisma out the kazoo, the way she talks, the confidence in it. But once that bell rings, nah, bro. Nah.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
Yeah. I do like Piper Niven though. Piper Niven is
Piper is good. She is really, really good. If Nia Jax moved around the ring like Piper Niven does,
Nia
would be incredible. Kind of like if you look at like Mark Henry, right? And then you look at how someone like Vader and Samoa Joe moved around the ring. It makes Mark Henry look very, like 2 left feet.
Yeah, exactly.
In comparison, right? Some people are just smoother than others. Piper Niven is very smooth, very safe, very powerful. And she got the win.
Underrated.
Very underrated, yeah. Yeah, she's been dope. Ever since the Mae Young Classic, she was always dope. So yeah, B-Fab got pinned. A decent showing. I like the fact that she's trying, but she ain't there just yet. Her kicks are just kind of soft. And I don't think she should be relying on her long legs to be her offensive weapon. She needs to get some slams, some strikes. It's just something else in her repertoire, because at the same time, she's being safe. And I appreciate her being safe. It's just that her moves look light.
Yeah, it's like, mix it up, baby.
Yeah, we got to get a little more stiff. But yeah, I think the tag match is going to happen with Michin and B-Fab versus Piper and Chelsea. B-Fab will get a pin over Chelsea, which will lead her to get a title shot. So if they're going to strap the rocket to her or give her this shine, I hope B-Fab takes this ball and runs with it. But if not, hey, shout out to you for trying. Again, she has really good charisma. She can talk, and I wish they would have her talk more, because we don't really get to see her have these type of confrontations often. So I like it. I like the potential, but B-Fab still got some work to do. So until then, she got to get one of...
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
You got work to do.
Especially when I'm looking at all this talent on the NXT roster that's just waiting for an opportunity to come up. B-Fab been up here for a couple years. Like, if anything, they might need to send her back down and bring somebody up. But yeah, I ain't trying to hate on B-Fab. I'm just saying.
I'm with you, man. I mean, like,
props where I see
respect to her for making it there. But yeah, like, baby, you gotta
do some work.
Show up and show out.
Yeah, it's just listen. They got a great training system. Who's to say that she won't be like the most improved in another year or two? So I'll wait that long.
Yeah, she's there, so somebody saw something in her.
Yeah. A special charisma, great voice, great presence. Clearly, she's beautiful. So, I mean, let's just see what happens. All right, so then we had Rey Mysterio versus Kevin Owens. I feel like I'm missing a match.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. What you gonna do?
I am missing Naomi and...
Oh, yeah. No. You're missing Bayley versus Tiffany Stratton.
Oh, no, I got that in here next.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got that in here next. But what I don't have is...
Naomi and Bianca?
Yeah, Naomi and Bianca versus Nia and Candice LeRae. So I'm going to have to throw this in post. So let's just act like I'm going to make them appear on the screen in 1, 2. All right, now they're on the screen. You see them on the screen, Gold? This is act like they're on the screen. They will be there. So Naomi and Bianca defended their tag team titles against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae in a fun match. I thought it was fun. Ultimately, Naomi got the pin at the end. She pinned Candice LeRae. So I'm not sure that's what that's setting her up for. Also, one thing that I didn't notice in the back, Bianca said, still no word on Jade. So now I'm starting to wonder, who exactly attacked Jade Cargill? Because Nick thinks it was Bianca. But I'm like, well, Bianca was in the ring having a match when they panned to the back and showed Jade was knocked out. So it's like, all right, you know what I mean?
Ooh, you think it was Naomi?
Naomi can't be no bad chick. I mean, she's a bad chick, but she can't be a heel.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
No.
You never know, bro.
No, Naomi's too lovable. She's a sweetheart. No.
But that's how they want to push up on us. All right, we'll see. Cause look, like it was Jade and Bianca, right? And then that was her chance to get in to be champion with Bianca. It makes sense, bro. It makes sense.
So you are saying that you think Naomi is the attacker?
If I had to guess, it just makes sense. Like who had the most who could capitalize off of her being hurt? Naomi.
But Naomi was back there helping her get into the ambulance. Granted, WWE is the king of getting jumped and not knowing who jumped you.
Mm-hmm. Just like when it was Rikishi that like ran over the Rock. Was it he ran over the Rock with a car?
Yeah, he ran over Stone Cold.
Yeah, and his theme song, I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man.
Yeah, I don't know about Naomi, but now that you've mentioned it, I really don't. I can't think of who the attacker could be.
But Naomi, right?
Nah, it can't be Naomi, man.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
It can't be Naomi, man.
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry.
We'll find out.
Who done it? But either way, we'll see what they set up for next week. I actually want them to get involved in some other stuff as well. You know what I mean? They need some more people to fight. It seems as if it's one big. I won't say a triangle, but it's Nia. It's Candice LeRae as the lackey, the one who's going to take the pin, and then we got Naomi, and then we got Bianca, and Tiffy's busy doing her thing, but it's still like those are like the 5-6 chicks who keep fighting each other.
The rotation is very minimal.
Yeah. So other than that, I don't know why I forgot to put that in the slides, but it's all good. We covered it. So shout out to Naomi and Bianca Belair. I don't know what they're going to do for WrestleMania, but I assume both will be in the Rumble, including Nia Jax, including Candice LeRae. And I think if we want to build some tension, if Jay's not coming back for the Rumble, if they want to build some tension, have Naomi eliminate Bianca. And then maybe I'll start to lean towards what you're saying. I just don't see Naomi's such a sweetheart. I don't see her being a heel. And not while her husband's a face. typically a husband and wife are typically the same on the same side at the same time. Like Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano both being heels makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
but look, man, Triple H told us, he said, yo, man, buckle your seat, though. This is about to be a wild ride. So,
all right. Yeah, we'll see.
Anything is possible.
Yeah, we'll see.
My Kevin Garnett voice, anything is possible.
So we got Rey Mysterio. He had this match against Kevin Owens. It was cool. It was a TV match. Nothing really special happened. But Kevin Owens got the win. Hit him with the stunner. Got the pin. And then he was going to pick him up and do that package.
He hit him with the pop-up powerbomb.
That's right. He kicked out of the stunner. That's right. So Rey Mysterio kicked out of the stunner. Kevin flattened him with a pop-up powerbomb. Got the pin.
Another win with the secondary move. That's 2 for 2, man. Like Sami Zayn with the blue thunder bomb, and then Kevin Owens with the pop-up powerbomb.
Yep.
Look, you might be speaking into existence, man. They might be like little foreshadowing.
I mean, you should have at least 3 finishers. You know, Kevin Owens got the package power. He got the pop up, the stunner, and then the package. That's just 3, right? If they ever make the package power bomb, legal again, we'll see. I'm assuming the package power driver legal again, which I think Sammy's going to get a bunch of them, but we'll find out. But yeah, it was a good TV match. Nothing really special happened there. Cody came out, on site to do the run in. Yeah. And I guess the common theme.
Ray did the Mexican Crusher too. The Mexico Crusher, Canadian Crusher.
What the hell is that?
The Canadian Crusher.
What the fuck is the Canadian Crusher?
Like the Penta, the move Penta did, like the
Canadian Destroyer.
Yes, excuse me, Destroyer. Yes.
Rey Mysterio did not do a Canadian Destroyer. He did a Code Red.
Yes, he did.
He did a Code Red. He didn't do.
He did a Canadian Destroyer, bro. Go look it up.
I'm about to right now. We'll be right back. It was a Code Red, not a Canadian Destroyer. Although I think Rey Mysterio is completely capable of doing that, along with a Dragon Rana, along with many other moves. Matter of fact, when Rey Mysterio does that slide out to the mat, he slides under the bottom rope and then splats to the mat. I'm like, I believe that shit hurt, although he only weighs,
10 pounds.
Right? But the way he comes down on the mat, it just looks good every time he does it, right?
Ray is just amazing, man. I love Ray, but I still, as far as like my favorite cruiserweight of all time, bro, and we can have another chat about this, is probably Ultimo Dragon, bro.
We'll have a conversation about Ultimo Dragon because he was dope. I just don't.
Yes.
I don't hold him as fondly as I do Rey Mysterio. That's all. But Ultimo Dragon was dope. The Acai Moonsault was named after him. He also had the running power bomb, the running sit down power bomb. He had the
Dragon Rana,
those crazy ass kicks. Yeah, we'll have to go back and watch some old WCW and talk about that at some point. You got the network, right? You got Peacock, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, we have to do some assignments. You go back and watch, Nitro from 1996, and then we'll go talk about it. It was only an hour, at least for
him and Ray had a beautiful feud too, man.
Oh yeah, Ray had all types of crazy feuds back then. Psychosis, Juventud Guerrera, Eddie Guerrero, of course, Conan. The Luchadors, like the cruiserweight division in WCW, meant something.
Jushin Thunder Liger.
Yep. A lot of people. Flying Brian. All types of folk. Yeah. It was crazy back then. But anyway, Cody Rhodes came out to make the save for Rey Mysterio. The running theme of the night was that Nick Aldis had an addendum to their contract for the Royal Rumble, which is already a ladder match. So I'm trying to figure out, well, what are you adding as a stipulation, or what are you adding to this contract? But Cody didn't sign it because KO didn't sign it. KO didn't sign it because Cody didn't sign it. So they're going to have a contract signing, which made sense to me, at Saturday night's main event. So we're going to have like a 20-minute segment to break up the show. I don't know what they're adding because it's only 2 weeks away. But maybe there's some stipulation or some rule or there's something. Something's coming. I don't know what it is, but we'll find out. Good job getting me hyped for a contract signing. And then Nick Aldis mentioned that the moderator or the mediator will be Shawn Michaels, which is cool. Man. And it's in San Antonio too, so we'll get to see.
Of course, it got to be Shawn Michaels. Who else would it be?
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. It should probably be a very entertaining segment, so I'm with it. I'm really looking forward to the ladder match at the Rumble. These guys are going to go nuts. So,
yeah, they are.
You know, Kevin Owens is. I think we talked about this, or maybe not. I was talking to Nick about this. Kevin Owens has gotten title shots at so many Royal Rumbles, or he's been in title matches at a lot of Rumbles.
Yeah.
That must be his jam. But he never wins. So here's the question. Will he win this time?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? So you're giving it a...
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry!
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It depends. Okay, so if they go the route that I suggested, which I think they're going to go, that's Kevin Owens going after Sami Zayn with no title involved. Okay, fine. Mm-hmm. Cody will win, and then we'll figure out what he's going to do. Because ultimately, he could get it back before Mania. But I think Cody's going into Mania as the champ. Okay, so fine. Let's just, we'll remove that. But what if? What if they decide to pivot, do something different, call an audible, and you say, you know what, Kevin? You take that, you hold both of the belts, and then maybe you lose them at Elimination Chamber, or I don't see him in the main event at Mania. Kevin Owens, I'm talking about. So,
I would say, look, let me go out on a limb and think of some wild shit.
All right.
Maybe Randy comes back.
That part.
And interferes in the match.
Yeah.
Between Cody and Kevin.
I forgot all about that. Randy Orton's been out, but I thought maybe he would just come out in the Rumble match. But no, you got a good point there.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, like maybe on Monday Night Raw, he'd be like, "I'm entering the Royal Rumble."
Randy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe so. All right, so I mean that's a pretty good prediction right there. So yeah, that's still unfinished business with Randy and KO. I could see that being a WrestleMania match, although they did wrestle against each other at last Mania against Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have a repeat of those two in the mix. I don't know, but there's a justifiable reason for it because he put Randy Orton on the shelf with the power driver. So we'll see what happens there. So then we had the main event with Tiffany Stratton against Bayley, and this match was actually really good. I enjoyed it. They went hard.
They did.
Tiffany's just
she's dope, bro.
She's like the female Kurt Angle in terms of how quick she came in and took to it like a baby duck to water. I knew she was gonna get the title. As soon as she got the Money in the Bank, I said, "Oh yeah, this is only a matter of time. It's not if, it's when." And
bro, she's Charlotte Flair 2.0.
Yeah, I think she's. Her versus Charlotte is a natural. It's a given. It has to happen. With Charlotte chasing her, I just don't know if it's going to be this year. I mean, maybe it's this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that she's already fought Becky Lynch in NXT, but not on the main roster, right? But yeah. Tiffany Stratton, just crazy athletic. Timing is great. Moves in the ring with grace. Just smooth, crisp. And then Bayley's a ring general. She knows what to do. Smooth, crisp. You know, Bayley just has, I don't know, maybe some personality things to work on. I see her more convincing as a heel than as a face. Bayley, that is.
It's wild, like seeing where she came from, man. Because you could, it's kind of like we watched her progress, and Bayley used to be so timid and shy, and now she's just kind of like, I don't know. She's more outspoken. She still like has things to work on, of course, but I love seeing her growth.
I mean, granted, she's been on the main roster for what, 8-9 years now.
A long time, yeah.
Champions multiple times, main event at WrestleMania. She's won the Royal Rumble. She's done it all. It's just something about her character. I don't know. Maybe it's her laugh or something. I'm like, I don't like you. I like watching you wrestle, but your personality is like...
Get your ass out of here, Jack Perry!
Like when she was the hugger, Bayley, she was just adorable. You know, then she...
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, she was just so cute. It was like, oh, you're so cute.
Then she
and
became...
then she's kind of like the whole like woman, I'm Bayley.
She's annoying Bayley. By the time they got to the pandemic, she was annoying Bayley. And then she went away, came back with Damage Control, and I was like, okay, I fucks with Damage Control, but yeah, I don't know. Either way, Bayley's a vet, future Hall of Famer. So I don't want to. I'm just saying, I like her better as a bad girl than a face. But I believe in her.
Be bad, make her feel so good.
So yeah, Tiffany Stratton had a decisive first title defense. So we'll just see who's going to come after her next.
My boo.
Naya's going to have to get her. Well, actually, they don't do the rematch clauses anymore, I guess. So maybe not. No. Maybe there won't be a rematch. But all I know is that she got a target on her back, and she got a lot of people gunning for her. So we'll see what happens next. But a good episode of SmackDown, a long episode of SmackDown, but still good in terms of keeping me engaged with what they plan to do next. I'm actually looking forward to Saturday night's main event, and I'm definitely looking forward to the Royal Rumble. And they still got 2 weeks to hype it up even more.
And you know what I'm looking forward to?
Hell no, motherfucker.
No yeet.
Right now, you're checking out the SOP.
Hip hop and wrestling.